Hello again and welcome back to my channel. Permit me to show you how quickly you can set up a spectrum analyzer using this simple dongle. It's a $29.95 dongle. It's an SDR software defined radio or software defined receiver. You need this dongle. You can get other versions. So the only thing you need to know is this website I'm showing you right now. Airspy.com. Rush to Airspy.com and get yourself a dongle. One of their dongles will serve this purpose. If you can't get this one, then the one I'm using right now is this right here. You can get this one. I got it from Amazon.ca. You can also head over to Amazon.com and get yourself one. There are more expensive ones like this one, $1,300, or even more expensive ones. There's this handheld one for around $185, but this here is $30, under $30. So I'm going to show you that. But first of all, you might ask, what is a spectrum analyzer and why might you need it? Okay, good question. A spectrum analyzer is a tool or an equipment or a device that can measure the amplitude and frequency of a received signal. So the vertical axis will show you the amplitude of the received signal, whereas the horizontal axis displays the spectrum. So I'm an enthusiast. I build transmitters and receivers, and so I can use this to check the frequency and the amplitude of my signals. Alright, so let's dig in. Again, this is the only website you need, airspy.com. Everything you need is in this website. You can buy the tool, you can download the software, you can do everything from here. The software we're going to download is the SDR Shop. So let's go to it. If you can click on here or you just click on download, any of them will take you to the same place. If I clicked here, it brings me here to this Windows SDR software package, or if I clicked on download, it also brings me to the same spot. All you need to do now is to download this software. Click on download and give it some seconds, 3 to 5 seconds maximum. It's done. So I just have to find this file and unzip it. Use any software you like to unzip, and I like to give it a different name than it has. So it will get a name automatically, but I just want to assign it a particular name. Makes it easy to look for. Now this is unzipped, so this is our unzipped folder. I want you to select everything and see how many items are here. You have about 69 items in this folder. Why is this important? You might ask, why is it important to know the number of items? No, nothing special really. I just want you to know that you don't need any other thing. This AirSpy website is all you need, because the driver for this is within this folder. It's not apparent now, but we'll see later. Just follow me. So select any of the items within this folder and press the letter I, because we're looking for install RTL SDR. It's a batch file. It's a Windows batch file. Double click on it to install it and give it some seconds and it's done. Press any key to continue. You will say typical batch file installation process. It's done. Now let's select all again, and you see there are now 71 items. 71, no longer 69 but 71. One of the new entrants, you may wonder, let's go down, that is Zadig. Zadig is the driver for this dongle. Alright, so let's just go and install it. Yeah, so I have installed it before, but it doesn't matter. So the first time you want to install it, you won't see any device here in the list to select, but not to worry, just click on options, click on list all devices, ensure that ignore hubs and composite parents is selected. It's always selected by default, but just in case. And now you have some devices to install, but your device is not plugged in yet, so we're going to plug in our dongle. So you might as well plug in the antenna at the same time and just plug it in any of the USB ports. Plugged, and the list is updated. I always install interface 0. I've not done any other interface. I did one before, but it was just an experiment. After the fact, I already installed interface 0 by then. You can check it out if you want, but My recommendation is to use interface 0. Make sure that you have install driver selected and Win USB is selected as well. Not any of the other items here. You need to Win USB. Alright. Now USB serial, you need Win USB. Click on reinstall driver and it takes about 20 to 30 seconds to run through. So while that is happening, let's just go back and look at this folder again. We're gonna extract it one more time just to demonstrate something while the installation is going on. Now I'm gonna leave this default. Alright, and click OK. This is it here. And now if you go to the bottom of this list, you would see the last in this list is unzip. However, the one that we did install the I. Remember when we pressed an I to go to install, the last in the list is ZX, because once you run the install, it will download that driver for you. So driver is installed successfully. We close this and we are good to go. Now go back to that folder and just run your SDR shop. Right. Use the same folder where you did installation from. That's what you're going to be opening. In case you extracted it twice like we did, you're going to use the same folder. Alright, so this is it. Now all we need to do is to connect to click start and we'll start analyzing the spectrum. So let's go ahead and do that. There's going to be an error. Let me predict that. Boom, that's an error. Ooh, how did I know that? Okay, so why do we have this error? It's because we are using the source here is AirSpy. So it makes sense that your device was selected by default. Alright, so never to worry about that, just look here, drop down here and check on the available dongles. For us, it's the RTL SDR USB. There's also an RTL SDR TCP, but we're using the USB. So select it, and I can tell you, I promise you, if you click on start, you're gonna see some frequencies show up in this spectrum and also the waterfall showing you the heat map of the frequencies. But before we do that, I just want to click on this configure and look through this. So when you have an error, device not found, if you selected this configure, you will notice this is blank. So alright, so let's go and just select our unit, which is this guy. If you click on start, let's not click on start, let's click on this first. Yeah, so these are some of the configurations you can make. The gain you can select from here is from 0 to 49.6, something like that. Yeah, so you can increase the gain, but let's just set it to default right now and close this and click on start. As you can see, we are within the FM frequency spectrum. It's actually showing here FM broadcast. So that FM frequency spectrum. The amplitude you're seeing here is pointing to the fact that there's a high signal strength over this area. So if we select it, what do you think will happen? Let's look at it. Let's look at it together. Alright, so there's a station there, and there's also another one here. This is weak. So this is one typical example why we need to increase the gain. So let me increase the gain. Now it's very clear. There's another signal here, right? You can see also the heat map in the waterfall. So let's do that. Good job. Alright, so that is it for you. You can play around with this if that's all you want to do. But for me, I want to be building some devices in the 27 megahertz frequency range and also other ham frequency bands like 55 or thereabout. So let's just look at 55. There's 0 here. 55 or 54, I think. Okay, actually, yeah, you have the 12 meter band here. Then let's look at 27. I'm building around 27, so this is another 10 meter ham band around here, then 27 meter band. Okay, and then 55, let's see, around 50ish. There are some other frequencies. Yeah, this 6 meter ham band, it's on around 53 megahertz, and so on and so forth. Play with this. If you like, if you're looking for an expensive spectrum analyzer, this is an alternative. Of course, it won't do every other thing that the full spectrum analyzer will do, but if you're just an enthusiast or a ham radio operator, or you just want to build a transmitter and want to see it on the spectrum, this will be, you know, a good alternative for you. Under $30 in a few minutes on the web, you are doing this. I'm going to put the link in my description for the AirSpy website, airspy.com, AIRSPY.com. That's all you need. Drivers, the software, and the dongle you can buy from the website. Please try to patronize them. I got this from another website before I discovered AirSpy. That's why I'm making this video. Patronize them, buy one of their tools. They even have one that has dual boards, so try to patronize them. Alright, thanks for watching this video. Please remember to like and smash that subscribe button and the notification, so when I post other videos you'll be the first to know. So to control this, you know, to change the spectrum, you can zoom in and out. To control the range, frequency spectrum that you're displaying, you can use the zoom. And then the contrast, just to change the contrast. And then you have the range right here. You can change the range, which is the range of the amplitude, the values that are displayed. So this you have from 0 to -30, or you can change to go down to -100, minus, you know, I think the highest is -160. Alright, and then also there's an offset. So play around. The offset is actually where it starts to display on the screen. So if I go down here, or I can go up, and then it starts from -230. When it goes to -230, then I don't really see anything at the top, so I can try to change this range and see if it helps. It doesn't have that much, so I have to change my offset a little bit. Alright, so change my offset, and yeah, so just play around with the settings. Yep. Alright, and then around here too, you can change you can select different radios. This is the wideband FM. You can try the narrowband AM, low sideband, and so on and so forth. Alright, so play around with this and play around with the settings. You can also change the skin if you want. There are other settings you can play around with here. So this is really awesome. I like this. You know, like this. You can play around with the colors. Yep. Theme. You want to change the theme. Yeah. Do whatever works for you. All right. Okay, you can change the sampling rate as well, and so on and so forth. There are so many options here. Alright, thanks.